For our mentorship, we went to Global Spring Service and followed a mentor named William San Clemente. Next slide. So, this is the location of Global Spring. It's located in 15 Goodmark Place in Etobicoke. Next slide. This is how the exterior of the compound looks like. What is a mechanic? An auto mechanic performs maintenance, diagnostic testings, repairs, and inspections of small trucks and cars. They work on engines, drive belts, transmissions, and electronic systems, such as steering brakes and accident avoidance systems. They use a variety of tools, such as hand tools, and these tools are very important. All commercial garages have wrenches to make life easier. They're small in size, which allows them to be utilized in tight spots and locations. A screwdriver set, including a flat and Phillips head, is also a requirement for auto mechanics. Next slide. This is what we did. Here we're using a computer to align tires of a truck, and the other part is us looking for tools to clean. Next slide.
So why are mechanics important? Well, mechanics are actually incredibly important because the service they provide is very important to delivery truck drivers. Because of the service they provide, delivery trucks are able to undergo maintenance and repair, and this allows for the flow of delivery in and out of commercial places like grocery stores and other warehouses. This allows us to go to the grocery store or to the place or to a store, and we're allowed to pick up what we want because of these mechanics. Next slide, please. So this is me getting out of a truck after just going into it, and then next slide. This is me getting my bag, putting stuff down, getting water and gloves, stuff that I'll need. Next slide.
To become a mechanic, you need a high school diploma to even be eligible for employment. Employers hire more people with a complete certificate or associate's programs than those with only high school certifications or GEDs, which are basically certifications that show you have high school level knowledge. You can enlist in vocational education programs for mechanics, which is a program that focuses on the skills required for that specific job. This will increase job opportunities immensely and you'll have more options when going into the field. Earning a voluntary certification isn't required, but is also a good option that can increase job opportunities. You can also get training or a direct apprenticeship from an employer so that you get direct experience on the job. This can also lead to recommendations from your employer or mentor so you can have a safe and successful career path in mechanics. After achieving one or more steps previously mentioned, you should be able to get a job easily as there's quite a large demand for mechanics nowadays. Once you get a job, it's only uphill from there. You gain experience and make your way up the rankings into a higher, more authoritative position, and you'll be set for the rest of your life. There are many safety concerns, clothing requirements, and paperwork that you need if you plan on pursuing employment as a mechanic. Many tools such as blowtorches and drills are dangerous without proper welding masks, steel-toe boots, or gloves. There can also be high exposure to chemicals, solvents, solder, gasoline, or diesel exhaust. In addition, due to the confined workspace, there's a significant risk of harm because of the tools and loose parts under the vehicle if you're not following the correct procedure or not wearing proper equipment. All workers must wear jumpsuits with steel-toe boots and gloves. Our mentor William told us the paperwork required for employment is birth certificates, driver's license, social security card, criminal records, and some police checks. So here you can see the jumpsuits, the police check, and that's a blowtorch propane tank. So next slide.
Mechanics often face many conundrums, but they can achieve tremendous success due to their adaptability and perseverance. The emergence of new automotive repair establishments challenges global spring mechanics. It keeps them on their toes, subtly challenging them and making sure they don't succumb to the competition, because losing to the competition guarantees loss in customers, leading to a loss in income and profit. A mechanic works a service job. They work wherever there are customers in need of service. This can be very challenging for workers, so adaptability is essential. In addition to keeping up with the ever-growing demand, the concept of facing the future is another challenge mechanics face. Artificial intelligence has completely taken over the automotive field, leaving conventional human workers struggling for employment. Thus, mechanics must find ways to provide service that a computer cannot do. Next slide. So, some apprenticeship programs. To become a mechanic, there are many possible schools you can attend, all of which contain apprenticeship programs. These are the Automotive Training Center, the Skilled Trades College on Canada, the Hurston College in Toronto, the Electromechanical School, and the Canadian Automotive and Trucking Institute. Next slide.
The average salary for a mechanic in Ontario ranges from $29,000 to $73,000. Workers looking for more pay can travel to Alberta, where mechanics make around $37,000 to $92,000, a slight increase, but significant. Working as a mechanic doesn't pay in the six figures unless you're a high up and have authority in the company. Next slide.
Job outlook. Compared to the average job, the job of an automotive technician will grow at an average pace over the next few years. According to the Government of Canada website, there are currently 42,650 automotive technicians. Over the next decade, it has been recorded that it will increase by 1.03%. While at Global Spring Services, I experienced many different aspects of the job known as an automotive technician. I learned how to repair the springs of a truck using specialized equipment, along with many other bits of information on how to maintain a truck. In addition, we helped clean our mentor's office along with many of the tools that are frequently used. We had the opportunity to both watch mechanics fix a truck live and to assist mechanics in fixing a truck. I remember my mentor William saying, "Teamwork is crucial for us mechanics. Without teamwork, we would constantly get in each other's way and nothing would be accomplished." Next slide. So this is us doing, this is me cleaning up some pizza that we had at lunch, or just cleaning up the office. Next slide. So my thoughts on becoming a mechanic. So personally, I don't think that becoming a mechanic is the best for me. It's not my specialty. I'm more of a theoretical thinker, not a hands-on worker. So I think that I'm better suited for a more mathematical or theoretical field. And I think that that interests me more anyways.
So at Global Spring Service, I learned many things that enrich my perspective of life. I learned many mechanical repair duties such as alignments, replacing leaf springs, welding and cutting metal with the blowtorch, and many cleaning techniques for tools like wrenches, impact wrenches, screwdrivers, and all that. I arrived at the shop at 7:45 a.m. with my cousin William, who was the mentor. So I arrived before Anthony and Camilla. I basically observed the workers until Anthony and Camilla got there around 9 a.m. and then the real mentorship began. William taught us all about truck suspension and how much it impacts our daily lives, which I found quite surprising. The first part of the mentorship was basically just us observing William as he worked, and as he worked, he told us what he was doing and why, so we understood the repairs thoroughly. Some of the things he did was repair leaf springs, replace the shocks, and do wheel alignments. Once we understood the procedures, he let us help with the work, and we got a lot of hands-on experience. I personally did a lot of alignments, and I was on this big computer that showed how much the wheels need to be adjusted, and I was instructing my mentor William on what to do, which is kind of ironic because he's supposed to be my mentor. Anyway, I also attempted cutting a spring with a blowtorch, and that didn't go too well. For some reason, I decided to put my hand on the spring to hold it down as I was about to cut it with a blowtorch, and I almost burned my fingers off, which isn't ideal, and I got yelled at for almost causing a lawsuit at their shop. So here's an image of me and Anthony cleaning off the office desk area after the break. We ended up having some pizza and then went back to work. So I really enjoy this job and I would definitely consider it in the future. This work is appealing to me since it's basically like building computers but on a larger scale and slightly more dangerous. The shop is quite a laid back environment where everyone just kind of messes around on the job while maintaining efficiency. Like these guys will be playing catch with a 100-pound spring like it's a football. But don't worry, it's safe because they're professionals. Personally, I'd love to come back here for some more exciting experiences and to learn more about truck suspension.
What I did at my placement. Mentorship at Global Spring broadened my perspective on what it meant to be an automotive technician. I was taught the importance of speed, adaptability, perseverance, and how everyone must work together and efficiently like a conjoined machine. The day started like usual at 9 o'clock. When I entered the building, the first thing I was told to do was clean. Clean the office, clean it well. Those paper towels in the cupboard. I want everything to be clean, William said. I did everything perfectly because I wanted to be on his good side. I wanted to show him that I was a hard worker. The office was fairly dirty, little specks of dirt on the floors, marks of oil, grease stained the white walls. So what I did was I used paper towels drenched in Lysol to scrub the messes. My next task was cleaning the tools, the wrenches, screwdrivers, and drills. The job was challenging but manageable. There was a supercomputer, grand in size. The computer resembled a machine from the future. I asked William what it's used for, and he said it's for wheel alignment and ensures the wheels are straight, so there are no further problems while driving. In addition to the response, William also guided me through the process of wheel alignment. William told us that because we worked so hard, we would be rewarded for our efforts. So, in return, he gave us a slice of cheese pizza, and it was very delicious. Thoughts on becoming a mechanic? I enjoyed participating in the mentorship, mainly because I could do it with my friends. But being honest, a mechanic is not the job for me. There's an extensive amount of hands-on work required, cleaning tools, fixing springs, aligning wheels, sweeping floors, all of which is just too much work for me to handle. There's also a constant sense of pressure on your shoulders that never seems to go away. As a mechanic, you need to live up to a customer's expectations, and I think I'll crack under those extreme circumstances. I'm also more of a thinker. This was even proven when I took a personality test in the 10th grade, during E-Block. My brain and my ability to think are my biggest weapons, strong suits. So if I were to become a mechanic, I would purposely be hindering and limiting any innate gifts and talents I have. Next slide. Mentor's Day in the Life. Our supervisor, William, is a worker at Global Spring Service Limited. Upon arrival, William unlocks the doors, opens the blinds, and equips his overalls. He proceeds to wait for the first truck to arrive patiently. Once the truck drives into the garage, William and the rest of the crew get to work. First, they speak with the truck driver to understand the current situation. Second, they inspect every vehicle, diligently evaluating every little intricacy. Third, they repair the truck, aligning tires, oil changing, and replacing suspensions. William is a mechanic who specializes in spring suspensions. Furthermore, he frequently follows a procedure where metal is placed underneath a hydraulic press, molded into a leaf, and inserted into the spring suspension located at the back of the truck. After 6 hours of work, William goes on break, approximately 35 minutes, spending time eating and relaxing. This break rejuvenates him, giving him the strength to continue another day of work. Once finished, William goes happily, peacefully driving off as he listens to classical music. Next slide.
So some props that we use that we picked up are this is a calendar from Global Spring Service Limited. We each picked one up. Next slide. And this is a pen that we each picked up from Global Spring Services.